Hello, all my CEO babes. Oh my goodness, we have been covering so much information during this 30-day challenge, and I'm so excited to just get into it. Just like really, like, I fall in love so much with coaching. This is what I do. And I'm so glad that you guys, from the bottom of my heart, took the time to watch these videos, take notes. They're here as a resource. And from the bottom of my heart, I just genuinely like want to say thank you for supporting me, watching these videos, and just learning, like being committed to your learning and being committed to your growth and learning. I think that is the greatest asset that you can ever have. It's just the commitment to what you do and why you do it. So, without further ado, you know the drill. We are hosting our 30-day challenge currently right now. And if you want all the recordings, the tips, the videos, the workbooks, all the things right here, go ahead and sign up with this link, bit.ly at clients on autopilot, and we will get you all set up and ready for that. So if you catch me looking on the screen this way, then know that I'm just looking at my I'm looking at my computer, looking at your comments, and just really setting all the tech stuff up. But I have my lovely webcam here. It's Logitech C922. Absolutely love it, and it works wonders. But really, what I want you to know first and foremost is that if you have Clubhouse, follow me on Clubhouse at Tina Lopez. And if you're on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at Tina Lopez Coaching. And really, what I really want to talk about here is that if you guys love this video, go ahead and screenshot it, post it to your IG stories, tag me at Tina Lopez Coaching, and take advantage of my audience. I will repost you on my audience, and you guys can have so much audience growth. I have a great number of individuals that are on my Instagram platform, and you get to showcase yourself to my platform as well. So go ahead, screenshot, post that to IG, and I will see you there. But without further ado, let's get into really my direct message formula that generated over 5-figure months. There is a process as to why I do this and why I recommend for you to do this first. But here's the thing that I want you to know. First things first. One of the things that I hear very often, especially when it comes to individuals who, do social media and they're just like, I haven't seen a lot of work, or I haven't seen a lot of clients in social media. Like, what do you mean social media? How am I supposed to get clients through social media? All these things, right? I want you to know first and foremost, it only works if you do the work. Very honestly, very clearly. If you don't do the work and you're wondering why you're not getting results, then you know your answer, right? But if it's a different story and you're like, Tina, but I've been doing the works, I've been posting, I've been commenting, I've been doing all these things, and I'm just not seeing results, then I totally get that. Then where that gap is that this may be a gap in your strategy. And that is why we're here today, to really fill that gap and to fill that strategy. So without further ado, what I want you to know first and foremost is that do not depend on clients coming to you. That is a very rare occasion. I mean, I've had it for me sometimes, but I don't depend on that. I really am all about, instead of clients finding you, you find the clients. You go get clients. Majority of businesses that, maybe they're grassroots or not, they go find their clients. There are companies that spend thousands of dollars on marketing, ads, all these things. They find the clients. So, take that same methodology. Take that same methodology and apply that to your business, right? Because if you want clients, go ahead and find yourself clients. Don't expect individuals to just come knocking on your door and be like, I want this, right? That doesn't always happen. And I'm not saying this to be harsh. I'm not saying this to be rude. I'm just saying this to be very truthful and very honest. That is what I like to do. And I don't want you to have this misconception that social media doesn't work, that the strategy doesn't work. It does work, but it only works if you do the work, right? So let's get into the strategy. So let's go ahead and talk about the first things you need. Here's my general strategy that I recommend for most individuals. The way that I do it is if I stumble across my ideal clients, whether it's their profile on Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever social media platform that is, then I'll go ahead, look at their posts, see if this is actually a client that I think, I can ideally believe I can genuinely help, then I like to do a simple thing as like 3 likes, 2 comments, and a DM, right? Now, the 3 likes and 2 comments, that is completely optional, but I definitely feel like it's like nurturing your lead. Honestly, when I say nurturing your lead, there's a whole different world of what it means to nurture a lead or to nurture a person. And so social media takes it to a total different regard. I'm sidestepping here. I'm just having fun with this. But in any case, when it comes to nurturing lead, I like to usually, have 3 likes, 2 comments, and a DM. Now, the DM is very critical, right? And the way that I like to do it is do not pitch your services on the first time. Like, you don't even know their name, you don't even know where they're from, you don't even get to know them. Like, I really don't like, and agree with me in the comments here, if comment that you agree, like comments I agree and the comments below. Have you ever gotten those DMs where they're just like, they just send you like a whole long script or a whole long DM that's like, off the screen, and they just like send you that message of like, oh, buy my product. Or maybe you've been that individual that's done it too. I get it if you've done it, but I'm just gonna tell you it doesn't work. Your conversion rates probably don't really work that well when you do it. So don't be doing it, right? So if you agree that you don't like that and you don't want to be that person that does that, then comment I agree and do that. And honestly, like when it comes to getting clients, it takes work, right? If you're just a person that's sending out cold messages, then honestly, I kind of feel like that's lazy, and not necessarily doing a lot of work, because when it comes to having conversations, that involves a lot more work than you just copying and pasting and putting in your messenger bar. But that's my opinion, right? But in any case, what I really want to talk about is your conversation strategy. So I actually want to genuinely know them, because if I have a conversation with them and then I like find out in the conversation that they're not a good fit to work with, I won't offer them anything. I won't offer to help them because we're not a good fit to work together. So why would I waste my time, right? I wouldn't want to waste my time on an individual that I don't think is a good fit. So it's really important that you actually get to know them and you come from a place of service, not from taking their money. There's a very big difference of coming from a place of service and coming from like taking their money. For example, sending those messages that are long messages, that's really like, let me just like take your money. But there's a very big difference when you come from a place of service and you actually ask them, like you actually get to know them and identify their struggles, you relate to them, you actually understand them, and you are just genuinely like, okay, how can I help you, how can I serve you, right? So the way that this usually goes is like, for me, I will like message someone and say like, hey, how are you? I really want to get to know you and see how you're doing. I mean, we are in special circumstances at this point in time, and I just genuinely just want to check in. How are you doing? Right? And then you can have this conversation and you can simply talk to them and say, I saw that you were within this industry and whatever industry that your niche is in. And I just wanted to ask, like, what led you to be in that industry? Right? And then I usually like to do, from that point on, as like, I'll really get to know them and ask them like, okay, so like what are your goals like with this industry? Like, do you want to accomplish this? Like, where do you want to be? And then I'll really get to know deep and just better understand. And I think it's really important for you to know that people love talking about whatever it is that they talk about to someone who listens. Because if you are an entrepreneur, you probably know that, not everybody in your life agrees with what you choose to do, and that's fine. But, how great is it to be in a community like this where your entrepreneurship is celebrated, right? Community is so important to me because, on a personal level, I didn't always have that community. So this community right here, I just love this community so much, right? But now we're getting off a tangent and I'm getting emotional. But in any case, let's get back to the point. The point is that people love to talk about what they love to do when they have someone that listens and really come from a place of service from listening. And then, I would really honestly ask them and say, okay, so I'm like just curious, like, what's the missing step for you to get to where you want to be? Like, what challenges are you having with getting there, right? Because sometimes what happens is that people want to get to a specific place, but maybe they don't know how to. Maybe they don't know the strategy to get there. And they'll tell you that. They'll tell you very honestly, like, I just don't know how to do it. I don't know where I need to go. I don't know what I don't know, right? And so from that point on, I will take the time and just say, okay, I really understand where you're coming from. Hey, if it's okay, like, would you be open to hopping on a quick call to see how I can help you out? Right? I'm not asking if you want to purchase anything. I'm not doing that. I'm just straight up asking, hey, do you want help? Because some people don't want help. For example, have you ever had a conversation with someone and someone's just talking about their life, they're ranting about their life, and then you give them advice, but they don't take your advice, they just wanted you to listen? A good question for that, when people do that, I just straight up ask, like, do you want me to listen, or do you want me to give you advice, or do you want me to just be silent? Right? What do you want? Right? So I really just ask them in this question, like, do you want help? And if they say yes, they want help, then you can go ahead and say, hey, like, I have this link right here. Is it okay if I send you a link to find a time that works for the both of us? Cool. There you go. But if they say they don't want help, then, you can say, well, I wish you all the best. I really just, if there's anything that I can do for you, let me know, right? Very simple, very easy. And then, if they go on that route of helping that person, and then the next thing, we discussed this. I forgot to press the button. But basically, the next thing that you really want to do is you really want to offer them help and set an appointment. And that is really just simply asking them and say, hey, is it okay if I send you a quick link to find a time that works for the both of us? They say yes. Cool. Send them the link. Once they send the link, they can take you to the application, whatever tech you decide to do. But usually I recommend for people to fill out an application before you get on your appointment, so that you have a better understanding of where they're at and where they want to be. So when it comes to doing all these things, it's really important. My DM message formula that really generated 5-figure months in my coaching business, so $10,000 and above in my business, it really was by coming from a place of service and really just genuinely helping people. Because the thing that I think I see so often in the coaching industry, it's about getting clients, but it's important for you to, yes, get clients, but it's important for you to remember here that it's more than just serving people, but it's serving your why, serving your personal fulfillment, serving your purpose more than anything. And this is a place of service. Like, the DM formula, it works only if you do the work, and it works if only you truly come from a place of service here. So that is the highest intention, truly to serve as coaches. We are here to do that, to help our clients in the best way possible. So I hope you love this video. Comment your questions below. If you have any questions, I will get back to you. I'm so excited to really just kick off and continue this 30-day challenge. And, at the end of the day, I really want you to know this link right here, just click the link. It's whether above or below this video in the comment section. I don't know yet, but it's right here. Go ahead, sign up, and so you can get all the resources, the exclusive workbooks, things I have, the recordings of this 30-day challenge, so you have them forever. But more than anything, what's really important for you to know here is that I'm going to be coming out with a top secret project fairly soon, and I want to give you the exclusive invite. It's going to be pretty big, and I'm super excited for it, and I'm just like giddy for joy. Anyways, you get an exclusive invite, one that is unveiled. It's a top secret project of mine. Go ahead and sign up, and you will be added to the lovely individuals that are gonna get exclusive invitation. So without further ado, I'll talk to you later, and I'll see you on the next training video. Bye.